magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future. Transformers Slag Podcast.
What's up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? Ready for it? Ready for it? It's a Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday night live stream main event. I am your host, Proto Man. I am the face that runs this place. I'm your voice Monday to Friday, giving you the Transformer news and hopefully entertaining you this week and every other week in the Transformer world. It's a Saturday night live stream. We're going to be chilling. We're going to be relaxing, recapping some Transformer news, some new stuff that popped up just over the past 24 hours too. So we're going to cover that a little bit. We got some stuff in the P.O. box to open. We have a giveaway that we're doing for both our Patreon people and our registered YouTube Patreon members. And, of course, the YouTube members if you hit that join button. So all the green names there, too. Got a chance to win something today. Yet again, another product. This time something official. No third party this time around. And aside from that, just relax and take some super chats like always. Just yet again, another Saturday night hanging out with the Proto Man. So how we all doing? A lot of people here today. Got some people from Scotland, from Germany. Got people that are seeing the live stream for the very first time. Awesome stuff. Well, welcome. I hope I don't bore you over the next hour and 50 minutes or so. Something like that. We're just going to be talking Transformers, taking some questions. So once again, if you want to participate, again, hit that super chat. Or if you're one of the green names there, ask away and we will try to get to you. Hopefully we'll cover everyone today. Hopefully we can. So let's jump into it. First one we're going to cover, of course, is we have finally, after, what has it been? 7 months now since the Botbots TV series hit Netflix and the shelves were empty. We finally have Botbots merchandise showing up in retail. All of these reports so far have been coming from Targets in the United States. There's been no reports from Walmarts yet. One of them was Milwaukee Target. The other one, if I remember correctly, was Chicago, or not specifically Chicago, Charlottesville near Chicago, which is one of the more smaller suburbs. So they are showing up. They are out there. So Botbots Wave 6 is out there. I did an individual segment about it, breaking it down. What do we get? Cool stuff that's in it. There's going to be the rare oil slick chasers. There's going to be 9 of them in total. One of them I think you already get in one of the figure sets. I believe it's the Raceroni or the Out of Controller. It's one of the two. You get one already, but the other ones are blind packed and out there if you are hunting. So just to let you know that stuff is out there. Keep an eye out. It's there. And more importantly, get your very first poop Transformer. It's the first time you can ever say a Transformer is the shits. Say hello to the Loose Deuce. I am fascinated with this guy. I don't know why. I think because in my entire life, I never thought we'd get an official Transformer that turns into a big stinking piling, smelly, sizzling, still kind of warm turd, yet is also kind of cosplaying Where's Waldo for some weird reason, or Where's Wally, depending on where in the world you're from. I only learned that recently. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, again, Wave 6 hitting stores as we speak. I hope to find these myself. I'm obviously interested in very specific ones, but hey, I will get whatever I can of Botbots because distribution was pretty steep here in Quebec. So we'll see what happens. We have a new YouTube member. We got LinkCW Reviews has become a YouTube member. Welcome, LinkCW. Welcome, and enjoy the madness that is being part of the Transformers Slag podcast and being one of the green names. Maybe you could also enjoy a little Loose Deuce. But yeah, check out my individual segment on it. I kind of break down the ones that I think that are really cool and all the little stuff going on there, and also how there's going to be reissues in that line. So some characters that you may have missed before in the previous waves are kind of present in a slight retool or repaint in the current wave. Speaking of reissues, Let's talk about Skylinks finally getting a reissue. I literally spent a majority of my individual segment about this over the past week, just talking about the entire history of this character's distribution and how bad it was. He literally came out in July 2020, which was like peak big V lockdown, don't go out unless you need to. If you're, curfews and depending on where you were in the world, fines giving out. It was madness going on. And on top of all that, your Walmart sections and your Targets were cordoning and blocking off stuff. You couldn't get this guy unless you bought him off of Amazon. And then he sold off of Amazon and he was sold out and people were stressing over that. And then the people who got it in Amazon had a gigantic sticker put on it and they didn't put it in a box because that was Amazon's new shipping initiative. There was so much drama around this guy that the people that did finally get him were very happy. And again, if you want to know the whole story, I did a nice visual segment showing all the craziness that was going on back then. Oh, those 2 years ago. We're still in it, but it was even crazier back then. It made us very tough to get our big flying dino Lynx shuttle dude, who is very awesome. So check him out. He's going to be reissuing. The pre-orders are up on independent online stores. I believe Amazon also has pre-order ups. Don't quote me on that one. Maybe someone could confirm. But I believe Amazon still has him up for pre-order. His original MSRP ranged between $79.99 and $84.99, depending on where you were in the world. The current MSRP that he's pre-ordering for is $89.99, and he will be shipping out February of 2023, so he will not be able to make it under your Christmas tree in time, much like a holiday leader convoy. But this is still good news because his secondary market value was going through the roof and going up as high as 140. I was surprised. Before this news broke, I was surprised how much he was selling for. Some as even high as 160 sold on eBay. It was nuts. But now people are going to get an opportunity to pick them up fairly cheap in a more reasonable price. And yeah, get the big boy. Get the big boy. Next up, we're going to also cover what's going to be hitting stores very soon, too, because starting November 11th, this Friday coming up, is going to be the very first episode of Transformers Earthspark. And coinciding with that will be all the brand new product that will be hitting shelves too. According to Hasbro, the products are supposed to be hitting shelves November 28th. Now, there's always that wiggle room that stuff breaks street dates. So be sure to check your local retailers in this month because chances are a lot of this product will be showing up. So you'll be able to enjoy the show and also view the product. What a novel concept, as it should be. But as it should be anyways, because at the way it stands, like we don't want to make a Botbots mistake, pretty much. We want to essentially be rocking it out and be able to enjoy the show and then be able to have product that matches what is on the screen. That's just good business. Looks like we have a gold super chat. It's going to pop up any second here. It's always a little delayed. Here it comes. Here it comes. Any second. No? I guess my streaming stuff is a little delayed. It's going to Canada, which might as well be the moon. But we got a gold super chat from Link CW Reviews for 10 bones. Thank you for everything you have been doing, Proto. Has there been any word on Earth Mode Hound? Nothing yet. Now, Earth Mode Hound, the rumor was that he is a buzzworthy Bumblebee figure. Oh, there it is. Took a little long, but there it is. And if the rumors are true that he is a buzzworthy Bumblebee product, then that means he'll be a Target exclusive. So that means for Americans, you'll only be able to find him in Target. And if you're a Canadian, they will be showing up in Toys R Us because that seems to be the deal with distribution. Hasbro probably will get a small assortment. They said that usually any exclusive that they usually get 10% of the units that are manufactured for that specific retailer, in this case, Target. So there probably will be a small distribution number available on Hasbro Pulse, but we don't know anything yet. Those images that we saw online were stock images that came from Target's computers. That doesn't confirm that it was a Target exclusive. It just means that they were found in a Target computer. The rumors were that it was Buzzworthy Bumblebee, but that same listing was also found with a Studio Series 80, excuse me, not 86, Studio Series Dark of the Moon character in that of Hatchet. So we'll see what happens with that. We don't know much yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll probably find out something. Hasbro is a little weird when it comes to them officially announcing store exclusives. That's kind of, and I don't blame them, in all honesty, because the contractual agreement with a lot of these store exclusives is, hey, we make the exclusives for you, and then it's up to you on how you want to advertise them and go, hey, we got exclusives. That's why Walmart has their Walmart Collector Con, and that's why you have other websites and stuff like that who handle licensing of the Transformer brands. They're in charge of doing their own stuff too. Hasbro's not going to officially announce Symbiote Studio stuff. That's up to Symbiote Studios and guys like me to let you know about. So if it is a Buzzworthy Bumblebee exclusive, it's something we're probably going to be finding out from Target. If not, it's probably just going to be showing up on shelves, and then we'll just get reports of it at that point. But we will see what happens. And thank you for the super chat and joining the YouTube membership. Link CW Reviews. Got a few green ones. If I miss any green one, guys, just repeat them because it always gets a little messy during the news. Everything flies by me here. Lord Sound Warp. I'll be honest, the Earthspark stuff, I'll be waiting till it's on clearance. Yeah, I don't blame you. There's a strong possibility a lot of this stuff actually will be on clearance. I'm pretty sure like we might as well go through it all. Like the Tacticons at $7.99. Let's be real, guys. Of us hardcore, more older collectors, probably doesn't speak to us. Yeah, it's one of these things. It's kind of like when I got the Gravity bots with the movie stuff back in the day. It's something you want to check out just to see how it works from a gimmick standpoint. But after you get that one Gravity bot, you kind of knew how the rest were. And it's kind of the same thing here. After you transform one of the Tacticons and you make it wrap around you, um, you've probably seen them all. And it's the same thing with the flip changers. I'm intrigued by the idea of them trying to do the water bottle challenge with a transformer. But after you mess with one, I'm pretty sure you've messed with them all. So we'll see what happens. But again, Tacticon $7.99, Flip Changers $9.99, the Warrior class, which is our budget deluxe class, of $14.99. We have our deluxe class at $19.99 with 3 pieces of the Build-A-Figure of I believe it's 9 pieces in total. And the Spin Changer, the most expensive of the price points, which pretty much is what the Ultimate class was in Cyberverse, the $29.99 price point. If you want to know more about Wave 2, because this is all Wave 1 that'll be hitting the end of the month. If you want to learn about Wave 2 product, go look at the previous live stream that we did last week. I dived into what is happening with all of that goodness. So check that out. And again, reminder, November 11th, this Friday, is the very first episode of Transformers Earthspark on Paramount Plus. So be sure to check that out. And Paramount Plus actually isn't that bad. I actually have Paramount Plus. There's actually some good stuff on it. I'm not a big Star Trek fan, but they pretty much have everything ever Star Trek under the sun on Paramount Plus. Let's talk about some new product that just showed up over the past 24 hours with no announcements whatsoever. The first one here, this one here comes courtesy of a Marshalls in the United States. Some brand new Rescue Bots Academy product. This is Hasbro just keeping the Rescue Bots trademark alive. Even though there is no Rescue Bots cartoon on TV right now, Hasbro obviously is very happy with the Rescue Bots brand and their presence in the Play School aisle. So it kind of makes sense to kind of keep it alive as best as they can and just put out product every so often. These are non-transformable pullback vehicles of Optimus Prime, Grimlock, and Bumblebee. Sure, why not? Obviously, this is not for us, but I understand why it exists, mainly from a business standpoint. Um, Actually, as of this recording, uh, Costco, their holiday product for Transformers, is also going to be Rescue Bots stuff that I think is remote control robots and everything. So they're keeping it alive. That's essentially it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another, update or something to Rescue Bots in the future. Maybe a new TV series. But they're keeping the trademark alive, which is the big thing about it. And speaking of keeping trademarks alive, this is a brand new piece of Transformer stuff. So there was a old Kenner toy back in what year was that? What year was that? I think it was 1976, called Stretch Armstrong. And they constantly reinvented Stretch Armstrong throughout the years, throughout the decades, practically. And if you were a '90s, 80s, '90s kid like me, Cap Toys, they licensed the Stretch Armstrong brand from Hasbro and Kenner, and then they made a new Stretch Armstrong toy in the '90s. And if anyone remembers Vac-Man, which was like his villain, which was like a red one that you sucked out and there was beads and everything, they did a Stretch Armstrong series in 2017. Hasbro had the Stretch Armstrong and what was it? Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters, and that had 2 seasons and then didn't really find its place. And that was in 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22. Time to redo that trademark. And how are you going to redo a Stretch Armstrong trademark? Well, you attach the Transformers brand to it. So, Stretch Armstrong Bumblebee is going to be coming out. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? We don't know if there's any other characters. We only know that Bumblebee thus far is going to be part of this. For people that aren't familiar with what Stretch Armstrong or the Stretch Armstrong brand is, it is essentially a rubber figure, usually with a PVC head, but the body itself is rubber, that's filled with corn syrup, and somehow that chemical property could be stretched to its limits and then right away shrink back down to its original shape. I had the '90s Stretch Armstrong as a kid. Actually, my sister did. She had Stretch Armstrong, and very interesting toy. It feels like you could literally kill someone with a Stretch Armstrong figure. Let's put it that way. Um, but I guess I don't know how big this one is, but judging by the photo, it looks like it's probably 8 inches tall. Giggity. But hey, Bumblebee, they'll probably do an Optimus. Heaven help us if they make a Megatron. Stretch Armstrong Megatron. You know what they need to do? And they totally won't do it, but they need to do a animated long arm Stretch Armstrong. That's the only one that makes sense, really, in a continuity kind of standpoint. But still pretty interesting. Again, keeping that Stretch Armstrong brand alive after the 4-year trademark rollover. And it is that of Stretch Armstrong Bumblebee. I know everyone is speechless. Wow. And the last thing we're going to cover is just a update on our Haslab. So day one, 4,000 backers. Day two, about 800 backers. And now we're pretty much 7 days later from the last time we talked about the backer list, which was last live stream. About another 900. We're at, again, as of this recording, as of this live stream, 5,845. Again, it's slowing down right now, but it's still going up. Still 37 days left. International people haven't been factored in yet, I would imagine. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see how it goes. It's trucking along definitely better than a certain Ghost Rider. Let's put it this way. But it has slowed down significantly. Obviously, day one was all the whales just swooping in and buying 3 of each. And getting that 4,000 number that spiked. But now we've significantly slowed down, and we're going to see how many more people pop in. I know a lot of people are really waiting it out, hoping to see if those other tiers get unlocked or if other tiers get announced before they get involved. Because I do agree with them. The biggest fear that a lot of people have is if this gets backed at 11,000, but they don't get the metal eating blaster, they don't get the mace, they don't get the throne, they don't get the stand. They just get the core kind of commander's, class figure, but for the price of $179.99, that would sting. So, I mean, historically, a lot of these HasLabs, when they have gotten backed, they got backed to the max. They never missed out on anything. They usually got backed everything. So hopefully that will be the case too, but we don't know. We don't know. There is a lot of bad feels by different people in the fandom, me included, that feels this is a little bit of an overpriced item. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we could really do about it. This is the way that Hasbro wants to distribute the Deathsaurus trademark, character, and IP, and it's going to be done through this platform as a mirror product to their Victory Saber from just last year. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to always be keeping you guys updated on it to see how the progress is week to week, month to month, and we will see. We will see. Next up, of course, now we're going to do our giveaway. Then we'll do some box opening stuff. We'll do the sponsorship, and then we will announce the giveaway winner. So that's it more or less for the news. Otherwise, it's been a quiet week. Otherwise, I covered little things here and there. We had some really good YouTube discussions over the individual segments over the past week. So be sure to check those out. So we're gonna do the giveaway. So a reminder for giveaway people, it's Patreon members and the green names, which are the YouTube registered members, YouTube channel members. So if you're a Patreon member, put your Patreon name and then your answer to the question that I'm going to ask. That way it makes my mod, John, able to tabulate all the names quickly. If you are a YouTube green name, just give your answer. Your name is already covered. So the item we're going to be giving away today, oops, wrong slide. We're professional here. The item we're going to be giving away today is a 2-pack of core class Transformers. Beautiful core class Transformers. We got Dracodon from Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom. And we got the core class from Legacy of the Tuning Fork Man himself. Core class Decepticon Skywarp. These are brought to you by Bin Studios, once again providing the awesomeness and cool future product that you're going to be seeing from them. Stay tuned for that. But we have these 2 items today for giveaway. So the question is, and it's an easy question, what is the date that Transformers Earthspark debuts? I will wait in the meantime, get myself some water, and prepare the stuff we're going to open. And John will collect some names. John will collect some names. Ugh. Yeah, the MDLX 30 Rodimus. Timmy, I'm actually talking with 3A about that because 3A is really good with sending sample products to people, and people know people know my background when it comes to that character. So we'll definitely see how that goes down. We will definitely see. We will definitely see. But yeah. Oh, we got a super chat. Super chat from Edgar Morale. Mayoral. God. Edgar wants to know for the $5 super chat, random science fiction question. In the original RoboCop, OCP's engineers bring back from death Murphy, or they trick a computer into being a human. Well, I mean, they never showed it in the original RoboCop movie, but they showed it in the TV series, and I believe RoboCop 3, or it was one of the made-for-TV movies, that Murphy's brain is in there. Because the skin is just skin. It's just skin on the front as a homage to Murphy. And his brain is in there, and that's why he has all those memories and stuff. I don't think they got to that point when they were writing the movie of what do you call it, like AI that is able to remember who these people are. So that's my take. I've always felt it is Murphy, and he's just he's a cyborg killing machine, however Dick Jones put it. Mechanical psychopath, I think was the exact word. I love that movie to death. Such an amazing movie. One of those movies that you look at it and you go, this didn't need a remake. It was like the perfect movie. It really was. It really was. Fantastic movie. Fantastic, fantastic movie. How we doing, John? Still more people sending in? A lot of people are answering despite the fact, well, they're allowed to answer. They're allowed to answer, even if they're not able to participate in the winnings. They're allowed to answer. But yeah, we will see what happens. We will see what happens in the near future when it comes to that 3A stuff. Looks really good. So, okay, John, you got them all? We're good? We're good in the hood? We're good in the hood. So we'll announce that afterwards. Now, another question I got for you guys, which do I open big or small? So we got 2 items in the mail from Mikey and Louie, wrapped up to open up for the first time. All you guys are going to be seeing it for the first time is me. This one here, I'm telling you, this has to be another Gen Selects item. I'll just tell you that right now, just because the way it is. After we opened another Gen Selects item last week, and this one, I don't know. This one, because again, it has like, it feels like it's multiple items inside, like it's shifting around. But I will say this: it's definitely not Funko Pop. It definitely doesn't feel Funko sized. So, big or small, let me know. Small Giggity first by Spurntmus says. Lord says here, Proto, do you think we could see a Lyo Kaiser in the near future? Yes, we will probably, because I actually worked on the Combiner Wars version and the whole purpose of that Combiner Wars version was not even to be a definitive Lyo Kaiser, but just to have all those trademarks kind of put under the Hasbro umbrella. So I think it's going to happen. The only thing I was surprised was because we registered Deathsaurus, and they didn't use that. They went with Deathsaurus instead. And I guess they went with Deathsaurus because it's a Haslab item, so they could be a little more fan wanky. But we'll see. Everyone's saying small first, so small it is. So we'll start with the small one. Let me just put the big one down, if you know what I mean. Schwing. Alrighty, this is for sure 100%. This is going to be some kind of Gen Selects item. So let's see. Oh, we got a super chat. I have a question for you. When did Hot Rod first start using the bow and arrow? That would be Transformers Animated. There never was a bow and arrow Hot Rod before that. That was a animated idea because Derek Wyatt, when he was designing animated Hot Rod, he was a hodgepodge of a lot of different things. His head design is Hawkeye, like comic book Hawkeye specifically. So right away there, bow and arrow. The popped collar was Mr. right here. Go check out the Wikipedia. It'll prove it's legit. He based that off of me. The body design was all over the place of the typical animated style. Cool stuff otherwise. But yeah, animated was the debut of that. So what do we go? Oh, geez. What is this? This is Gen Selects from... What is this one? GS04. So this is Takar Tomy Gen Select stuff. Well, who is GS04? Who was GS04? Okay, where's my Exacto? Who was GS04? There we go. There's the brown box. Because usually when it has these black boxes, that's Japan. So who was GS04? That doesn't tell me anything either. Very good. We're so prepared for this one. Oh, they don't have a safety on it. Okay, so GS04 is... Oh, damn, it's one of those Seacons. Oh, damn. Very nice. Yeah, see here. Takara Tomy Mall packaging. You got Gulf, the Japanese name. So we got a Seacon. That's very cool. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The other ones were shifting in the other box. Is that the rest of the Seacons? Oh, you guys are crazy. Seacons. That's pretty cool, though. Thank you, Mikey and Louie. I have the originals. I never got those new ones. Do a nice little Master Force photo shoot. It's technically Japanese, even though it's also Piranacon. Alrighty then. I guess we're going to have to open up this one. Wait a minute now. So, okay, let's open this. Okay, it's all starting to make sense now. Wait a minute. Whoa, there's another one of these in here. How many overrides am I going to have? I have what do I have? 3 now? Now I have 4? Holy moly. How many Nitro Convoy overrides am I going to have? Goodness. Yeah, it looks like, wait, no, hold on a second. This is Guard. Oh, DK2, the brand new one. Diaclone Ironhide. And then, wait a minute. Who's this big one? Who's GSO3? That Turtler, aka Snaptrap? Nail this one. Bam. I'm gonna have to also Exacto. This one I just put back the Exacto. Alrighty. Okay. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's Turtler. You can see the giant slide here. Look at that Turtler. That's fucking amazing. Oh, I swore. That's really cool. Oh damn. We're building a Seacon army. Look at that. Mike Rosen says, congratulations on getting the Seacons. Well, thank Mikey and Louie for sending them to me. That's really cool. Oh, wow. That's a big one. I didn't realize how big the box was for him. That's huge, because look at the comparison. Look at this. Yeah, look how much smaller the other box. I didn't realize how big the box is. You know, like when you see online, when you see the photos, you go, oh, okay.
Must be stopped,
Well, it's all perspective.
no matter
Like there.
the cost.
They both look the same size. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. And hey, Guard. Diaclone. I don't own the original Diaclone. Don't own the original one. I think I saw there was a super chat. Did I see a super chat? No. Seeing things. That's pretty awesome. See, everyone knows it's Seacons. I didn't realize I haven't boned up on my GS numbers, like Star Convoy and all the others. Looking good, looking good. And another one of these. How many am I gonna have? Ugh. If you could only see off camera, how many? This literally should be like, wait, where's my other boxed ones? Oh, they're over here. You can see there's like another boxed one over there. I'll just have a nice photo like this. That is so cool. Yeah, you guys have to understand how long I've always wanted a modern version of Nitro Convoy, and I always thought it would never happen. I was like, well, Slapdash, maybe that's a G1 Power Master turned Godmaster character. That's something that's more possible for the G1ers. But like a Cybertron Galaxy Force design, nah, never get an update. And when we got that third party one, Nitro, I was like, that's about as close as we're gonna get. I paid a lot of money for that thing too. Paid a lot of money for that, but we will see. We will see. We will see. But I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Build my own little Speedia 500 race. Whole army of these. Very cool. Very cool. Let's grab a few questions first before we go into the sponsors. Where are we? Funny that I just got God Neptune for 100. I guess that's pounds, British pounds. Let's see what we got here. I bought it all. Link says he bought it all. None buys cool stuff. You're quite lucky, Timmy says. I'm 4 out of 5 on the Seacons. Which one are you missing, Timmy? Do I got a Cosmos yet? No, I do not have a Cosmos. I will get one though sooner or later. I'm not too worried about it. I get a feeling distribution will be better later in some shape or form, and I'll be able to get one. Every time I saw the Speedia 500 collection in my local Walmart, there was like the only ones that were left were like Burnout and Road Rocket. Oddly enough, the 2 female characters were the only ones left, and these guys were 2 per case, and I never saw them either. But I never even saw them at all. Maybe they never got them at all. Sarah says, "I'm back, Proto. Why is the freaking Asian market get the early Legacy Dragon Megatron? I had to buy it from AliExpress because freaking Amazon never gets it. And when we could expect his wig third-party accessory?" Well, you'd have to talk to a third-party company on that. Sometimes certain countries like Australia get product early boxed, and then that kind of leaks into Southeast Asia. That's usually a very common thing. I know like Commander class Rodimus showed up first in Australia and Southeast Asia. So no other explanation outside of that, really. Timmy Poindexter Esquire Jr. the third. Yo, Proto, I accidentally got 2 of the upgrade kits for them Seacons. Do you need upgrade kits for these? They should be good, no? They should be good on their own. Link CW Reviews says it was a pallet last week, so I assume they just shipped this way. Could be. So then, let's get into some sponsorship, and then we'll announce our giveaway. But thank you again, Mikey and Louie, for yet another Nitro Convoy. Nitro Convoy. So once again, our sponsors for this beautiful pod. Symbiote Studios. You guys got to see their brand new reissues that are going to be hitting the interweb very soon. Of course, the pins, the t-shirts, and the plush for Transformers. Today we're rocking the Catnip Bravo Convoy pin and the Grimlock shirt today. And of course, all the other plush in the background there. Actually, ironic. I actually have old school Korean Nitro Convoy in the background there. Working on a new Nitro Convoy display. But yeah, Symbiote Studios, pins, plush, and t-shirts. Check them out. And of course, all the rest. Again, all of the Wave 1, 2, and 3 and the convention stuff have been sold out, but the reissues will be coming out in Wave 5 in a new look, in a new beautiful look. So be sure to check those out in their brand new look coming in late 2022. We're aiming late November is probably when they're going to start showing up on the website, symbiotestudios.com. So if you go on the website right now and it says sold out, it's just because it's not out yet. It's not that it is sold out, although these guys will probably sell out fast. Grimlock is without a doubt the MVP of this line. People have been loving it. So probably we'll see other Dinobots in the future if that's what you people want. We'll get some of the other Dinobots done. Maybe even the name of this podcast. We will see. We will see. Maybe a certain someone over there might be getting a plush, but we'll see what happens. And of course, all the other Hasbro brands. Now, keep in mind, guys, in November I believe it is November the 22nd, is going to be the debut of the Transformers Magic the Gathering cards in the Magic the Gathering Brothers War collection. On the bottom right there, you have the Magic the Gathering Starscream card. And so if you want to get in on that action, there's a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering pins on symbiotestudios.com of all the different mana symbols that you see on the bottom left there. So I got me my island symbol for the blue mana. Was a big island player back in the day, Prodigal Sorcerer, Counterspell, Time Walk, and of course, the most important of them all, if you're a blue player, the Lord of Atlantis, if you know what I'm talking about. But that's a whole other story. We also got our Power Ranger stuff. You got Green Ranger, Red Ranger. The Dragon Zord is now on the website. The Power Ranger helmet pins, My Little Pony stuff. There's actually way more My Little Pony stuff that was added just recently. It's all the Hasbro brands, all the different stuff. The plush, the pins, the t-shirts, G.I. Joe. Check it all out. If you don't like Transformers, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast. Maybe just like my ugly face. But if you don't like Transformers, but you like some of the other Hasbro brands, they're all there. They're all there. And yes, I play Tim. Tap for 1 direct damage. How could you go wrong with that? How could you go wrong with that? I'm serious. But yeah, again, symbiotestudios.com. Thank you for the love and support, Symbiote Studios. And be sure to check out their latest plushes that will be coming at the end of this month. So be sure to get those new upgraded ones there with the slight details, a little more accurate, a little more sheen to them, a little more anime yumminess. So if you didn't get them the first time, well, maybe you were lucky to wait because now you got these ones. And of course, at some point in 2023, that's on the bottom right there, at some point, those new ones are going to be out. So be sure to stay tuned to the podcast. We will be debuting those at some point next year. Big stuff, big amazing stuff. Big stuff coming to Symbiote Studios. Be sure to stay tuned. This is a long initiative. This is the first time ever there's been an ongoing Transformers plush line, multiples to collect. What are we? We're already on like what? Like year 3 coming up now. I mean, that's longer than most Transformer toy lines themselves. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. And we'll see more in the future. And of course, can't forget Anda Seats. Can't forget Anda Seats. And of course, Anda Seats is chilling over there on the back of their little poster thingy they sent me. AndaSeats.com. They are the official chair of the Transformers Slag podcast, their new 2022 Arrival series. They contacted me and let me know there is going to be other Transformer characters and stuff coming in the future. Probably, I mean, they didn't even tell me, so what I'm telling you right now is just a guess. But probably something within the, the Legendary 7. I'm just saying. But they got Optimus, Bumblebee, and Megatron right now. Click on the link down there below if you want to check out their other stuff. And yeah, hey, get an official Transformer chair with lower lumbar support. And of course, the amazing patented magnetic clasp. Seamless. Look at that. Just sticks. It's magnets. Magnets. The future is magnets. If you're a tall guy like me, you need a nice chair. And Anda Seats is a way to have a chair, but also have it Transformer related. I only support stuff on this podcast that makes sense for me. And this makes sense for this tall guy. So AndaSeats.com, be sure to check them out. And of course, how about Aaron Archer? The Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, episode 9 is out. If you enjoy hearing my voice and you want to hear me talk about more Transformers, episode 9 of the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, where me and Aaron Archer break down toy lines from a much more business stance and understanding why decisions are made. Why is there a black repaint? Why did we make Overlord red? Why did we decide those names for that combiner? Why was there a role play Star Saber toy that didn't transform? All those answers and more. Again, this brand new episode of the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer, where we dive into all the different toy lines from Hasbro and Kenner and making sense of the past, the present, and the future of those brands. And we go into like the deep nitty gritty of the history of our connections with those brands. I really liked when we did the Batman episode because that was really like going into like our connections with those brands, despite the fact that Batman isn't 100% a Hasbro brand, but it was at one point. At one point, the best-selling Batman toys in the world from Hasbro and Kenner were in that home, and that was the animated series and all the movie stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. And if you want to get some more Aaron Archer action on, of course, Aaron Archer's Art of Transforming Robots, Volume 1, his little art book, black and white edition, 32 original art pages from the Transformer world. Original art, not stuff that has existed before. So if you want that too, check out at archermonster.com/shop and pick up your limited edition book for $20. But for an extra $15, what do you get for an extra $15? You throw an extra $15 at Aaron, he will draw on the inside of the book anything you want. You want to get a original art of Tidal Wave or Demolishor or Hot Shot, or maybe you're feeling a little peckish and you want to have, I don't know, Duelor. Actually, that's one of my favorite mini cons. What's another one? Maybe you want, let's see, let's go with this Energon character. Do you want Energon Ironhide? I know a lot of people ain't too fancy on him. Energon Ironhide or let's see, what's another word? Rodimus is an Energon. He was pretty awesome. But anyways, check it out. Pretty good stuff. Again, archermonster.com/shop and check it. Yo. That's it for our sponsors. Thank you again to our sponsors and of course Hasbro and the crew. And we will go into there's Larry too. Larry, I have your book. You have my book. Oh, Aaron gave me a book. I know that when I was at the show, I didn't even bother to get one because I wasn't even thinking. I was so busy that weekend. Okay, cool. Cool. We'll have to work out something to meet up for the book. There was a toy convention today. Just didn't go to it. I was so busy. So let's do the hold on, let's contact John, who is our winner. So our winner is, and we have two names here, because if the first person does not report in the next 5 minutes or so, we will announce the second name. So if you are the winner, please say, "Hey yo, I won." And then contact me through Instagram or Twitter if you are a YouTube member. Contact me through Patreon if you are a Patreon member. Send me your home address and we will send you the product. So the winner is Sound Warped. Who is according to John here, he says he is a YouTube member. So, Sound Warped, let us know that you're here. Let us know that you are. Otherwise, we're gonna have to give it to the second place. And I probably should pull up the items that the people are winning. Let me just pull it up too. Bam. Is Sound Warped here? We might have someone else that's gonna have to win. We got a second name here if Sound Warped doesn't answer. We see a lot of congratulations, but no Sound Warped. Oh no. We might have someone that might not claim it. We'll give you 5 minutes, brother. If not, we will announce the second name. Oh, there he is. There he is. Sound Warped. It's you. It's Lord Sound Warp, I guess. Yeah, that's it. That's you, man. That's what John sent me. I guess he wrote down the name different. But you are a YouTube member and your name is Sound Warp. So you won. You won. So you win the Core Class Dracodon and Skywarp. We will be sending those to you. Just get me your address. Get me your address. Send it to me either through Instagram or through Twitter. Just prove that you are Sound Warped. And yeah, we will send you some Transformer items. And we still have many more giveaways to come for the rest of the year. So it doesn't end here. Be sure to stay tuned in the future for more Patreon and YouTube member giveaways. I want to give back to all the people that have supported the podcast all these many years. So thank you, Sound Warped, for that. Very, very cool. Very cool. I want to open up this guy. I don't know why. The big boy. Turtler. Congrats. So we're gonna do some super chat questions for the rest of the evening. How much time we got? Oh, we still got an hour left. Still got an hour left. Look at this. I love this, the schematic there. It's a lot of, I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of wasted paper. I mean, it doesn't need a slider and everything, but the Japanese are always about presentation. And considering that a lot of these Takara Tomy Mall products also ended up in retail over there in Japan, it kind of makes sense, I guess. That's just how they wanted. So they probably had like a piece of tape here and here so the slider doesn't fall off. And then you could see the product. See the product. Look at him. Look at that. Look how big he is, too. Goodness. That's sword mold. I'm telling you, though, that looks like a retool. Let me get, there's my little pliers there. Let's cut those. Take him out, you guys. Andy Davis has gifted a membership. Who did you gift it to, Andy Davis? Who did you gift? Thank you, Andy Davis, for gifting a membership to somebody. Who is the new YouTube member? It is Ibrahim Pomar is our new YouTube member. Welcome. Welcome, Ibrahim. Welcome, Ibrahim. There we go. This is literally how it was in the box. Like chilling like this. I wonder if he transforms the same like the original. Probably not, though, I would imagine. There's the hands. We're doing a live transformation again without instructions. Me personally, I've always been of the mind that it's always more fun to transform them without the instructions. It's just always fun to try to like figure it out on its own.
Must be stopped.
Michael Koo, the Japanese seem to like their Transformers in black and white packaging. Yeah, it is true. I do agree with you there. Whoop whoop. Amazon is having a bunch of sales on legacy figures. Well, you know what, guys? I'm telling you, like, we're entering, and I joked about this on my Twitter last year. We're entering the crazy sales months now, where you're going to have pre Black Friday sales, then you're going to have Black Friday sales, then you're going to have post Black Friday sales, then you're going to have Cyber Monday sales, then you're going to have pre Christmas sales, and not to mention in China they're going to have their Singles Day, which is their little like kind of Black Friday also that they have. So there's going to be a lot of sales over the next coming weeks for sure. Uh, he's a retool of Hunger from Power of the Primes. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like for sure. There's a lot of the retooling to it, but very good retooling. I mean, just this partial here alone with the snap trap head or turtler head, however you want to call it. I mean, that alone's that's pretty good, you know. Uh Andy says gifts are completely random. I choose it's chosen by YouTube. Oh, I did not know that. Well, thank you, Andy, for gifting it. You made a random person very happy, and it's also someone that now could also partake in the giveaways. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Andy. That's pretty awesome. I don't know how it works because I know that my buddy, it's funny, another guy named Andy also, Cooksucks on shout out to him on YouTube. Cooksucks, he has an amazing live stream that he does on Twitch. I know that when they do the gifting with that, you could kind of pick people, I think, but I don't know how it works with us over here. It's all so new to us in a lot of ways. Oh, there's that. There's the Piranacon head. Godo Neptune or King Poseidon, however you want to do it. He's basically a retool of a retool. Yeah, you could definitely tell it. You can tell a little bit because there's like some loose areas a little bit too. Kaz with the $5 super chat. How you doing, Kaz? A nice Star Saber emblem there that you got going on. Hey, Proto. Super random, but I think X from the Ruby Spears Mega Man show is an homage to Rom Stoll from Machine Robo. They were made by the same crew. Well, I mean, Rom Stoll has a very similar kind of head design as Mega Man X, but I think that's, I don't know. You know what? Inafune, as much as I love Inafune, everything he's ever created has been an homage to something else. That's really how it's been. I mean, Proto Man, where my name comes from, like, is just a giant homage to Hokkaider and Hakkai. Like, if you look at Hokkaider's human mode with the scarf and the shades and the trench coat and everything, I mean, it's all he just like look, Mega Man is based off of Astro Boy. You know, you go deeper into some of the other designs and they're all homages to other stuff in Astro Boy and Kamen Rider and Cyborg 009. And it wouldn't surprise me that when Inafune was designing Mega Man and Zero, that, you know, again, Machine Robo, as much as GoBots really wasn't a big deal over here, Machine Robo, which is what GoBots was based on, and Rom Stoll, which was the Optimus Prime character of that show, which we never got as toy over here. I have the vintage Vi Kung Fu back there. I did an amazing panel on Machine Robo back in like 2010, 2011 at TFCon, and no one recorded it. Such a shame. It was such a great panel. Um, but yeah, like I could see it, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a generic robot look to begin with, especially like Machine Robo was what, 86, the show, Revenge of Kronos. So I don't know. Could be a coincidence, could be something bouncing around the back of Inafune's head and him accidentally stealing a design. I don't want to say stealing because that's a little harsh, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Where are we at here? But thank you, Kaz, for the super chat. I do see it though. I do see what you're getting at. I see what you mean. But at the same time, I think it's just more, it's a coincidence of just how American mecha is to begin with in a lot of ways. Not American mecha, Japanese mecha, excuse me. Um, Ruby Spears made a lot of great cartoons that had a very Japanese flavor to them. Well, that's really cool. I like that. And the way those are pivoted and articulated, like they have like a. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. But thank you for the super chat, Kaz. Any Mega Man talk, I am more than welcome to have. More than welcome to have. Link CW reviews. So, any tips on getting sponsored? I'd love to get. I'd love for Hasbro to give a little back in the long. Well, sponsorship is really a lot of times they reach out to you. You can't reach out to them, unfortunately. That they're very picky about who they sponsor. That's why there's a lot of big YouTube reviewers that have way more subscribers than I do that don't have sponsorship because for whatever reason they don't like their content. I don't want to name names, but when I would talk to sponsorship guys, they'd be like, they don't like their stuff. There's some guys that I respect as individuals as YouTubers, but Hasbro just doesn't want to bother with them because they don't like their content. And I could understand the perspective. You know what I mean? Like when you're a business and you kind of want to have a certain individual that represents that. And look, I don't want to name names, but I mean, certain people from Hasbro have said to me for years, like they like the way that I present the brand as an adult. I present it in a very business kind of way. I make it cool. I make it that it's a lifestyle brand, but it's not something that encompasses your life and makes it look dorky. They like the knowledge. The knowledge kind of helps a little bit too. It doesn't make me a poser. I feel like I'm tooting my own horn here, but so you have to be putting out the best possible content that they find attractive, and they'll contact you. I've had people that that contacted me for sponsorship that I told them I wasn't interested because I didn't feel it was part of the brand. I've had people that contacted me for jewelry to talk about workout clothing. What was another one? Oh, bootleg robot stuff from Amazon. Like there was one guy who had like an Amazon store of just bootleg robot stuff, and he's like, "Hey, I'll send you robots, and you could talk about them." And I was like, I'm not interested. No, thank you." There's certain things that look, if I find it's cool, you know, if I find it's cool, it'll be cool. Let's see. Andy Davis, Night Hot Rod, get the W, get the win. Michael Koo, reminder, most U.S. folks turn back. Oh, it's true. Yeah. Daylight savings is coming up, eh? They like video, Link CW. They like video content. A lot of people that like, you're not going to get sponsorship if you have an amazing Instagram account. That they know that doesn't move stuff. Instagram, if you're like doing clothing, maybe, and maybe if you're a female content creator, but they really want video content because they know that video content gets the most eyeballs. You stare at an image for how long? Half a second before you scroll up. You watch a video for a long period of time. You watch a stream for maybe 2 hours. And then if you have watch a stream for 2 hours and this is staring in your face for 2 hours, or if you have something in the background that's staring in your face for 2 hours, there's it makes more sense. That's why they like video content in a lot of ways. They prefer that because it's more attractive to them. They know that there's a bigger platform for it. I've had a lot of other YouTubers ask me how to get sponsorship from Hasbro or different companies, and they have to come to you. That's the problem. You can't go to them because if you go to them, then they're going to do this whole thing of, well, why would we go to you? Like what is so special about you to the other hundreds of YouTube reviewers who have hundreds of thousands of views and we weren't interested in them? What do you bring to the table that's unique that we feel would make the brand interesting? Because the reality is that they need to constantly foster Transformers being cool. Transformers, in my opinion, since the 90s, when I was in high school collecting Beast Wars toys, Transformers always had a really cool kind of hip hop kind of twist to it. And I've always felt that that's something you could always play up. I am still trying to figure out how that head comes out, by the way, guys, while we're talking. Um, it always had kind of a hip hop kind of vibe to it, and I've always felt that they could play that up a little more, and that's why they've done a lot of sponsorships. You know, with not sponsorship, licensing with like Wu-Tang Clan and ODB and stuff like that, because there's a huge like hip hop underground rap connection with Transformers. The transforming Optimus Prime hats that they had back in the day. A lot of good stuff. It says here, I used to do text reviews with pictures. That would have been good back in 1997. Unfortunately, those reviews are fine, but there's only so far you could go with those. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. It's a different world. Look, there's probably people that enjoy it, that would love to just sit down and look at some really nice photos and words of reviewing a Transformer product, but they want the most eyeballs, you know? They want the most eyeballs, and that's something that's really difficult, unfortunately. That's something that's really difficult. Should figures come packed in vehicle mode, forces everyone to go through the transformation process and get the robot mode. I have a couple that have never been transformed. Shame. Well, the thing with the packaging of what they decide to do, the rule used to be back in the day was whatever the figure was packaged in, the art had to represent the opposite of that. So if you had something that was packaged in robot mode, the art had to be the alt modes. If you had stuff that was packaged in alt mode, then the art had to be the robot mode. And for the longest time, packaging of stuff was always, you know, alt modes and robot mode was the art. And then they started doing stuff in robot modes, and then they stopped caring about the art having the alt modes on it. Obviously, Japan's a little different because a lot of times they just have closed box stuff, so it doesn't need to represent one or the other. I think, when did they stop doing the closed box stuff? They stopped doing it around Armada. I want to say. No, no, no. I take that back, because even Superlink and Micron had that. When did they stop doing the closed box stuff? I think Galaxy Force had open box stuff with a bubble. But anyways, yeah, it was Galaxy Force, and then going into animated and movie stuff. But it's I do agree with you. Like, if you get like a masterpiece and it's already in robot mode, and then you go, "Ugh, do I want to go through all of that to then put it all the way back?" I can understand that plight, but luckily almost every masterpiece comes in alt mode, so you have to transform it to get to that final stage. And when you got guys like, I will admit it, I only transformed Masterpiece Beast Wars Dinobot once from that alt mode to that robot mode, and then never again, because that's a busy boy. That's a busy boy. Lord's Sound Warp says, I'd say, yeah, go back with vehicle mode in box, like the first Speedia set. Well, Speedia, again, that's the whole visual of it. It's like they're all racing, so they want to have them all in the vehicle mode. It's all about the car mode with them. Sarah says, Proto, do you think we're gonna have a new Optimal Optimus, or we need to buy the Power of the Primes one? And don't worry, we Mexicans hate the guy that plays Namor. We exalt him from Mexico because he isn't. Well, I didn't know that there was problems with Namor. The way they pronounce it is different. I've always called him Namor. The Submariner. As a Canadian, I always loved Namor though. If you actually look on Twitter, back in the day, I used to take a lot of photos of the Namor figures because I got a Namor figure, and I got a uh, a Aquaman figure, and I had Namor beating him up. He was like one of the first mutants too. A lot of people don't realize that, and I sometimes wonder um, if they're going to acknowledge that, because I have not seen the movie. I probably won't. I haven't gone to theaters in a while now, so I don't think I'm going to be rushing anytime soon to the theaters. But that's a nice face sculpt. Look at that. That's really nice. Look at that head sculpt. So I don't know if I'll be going anytime soon, but I mean, I hope the movie is good. I hope the movie is good. There's always been a lot of these Marvel movies now have been kind of meh to me. And if you're going to get my money, for a movie ticket, especially when you're talking like movie prices the way they are now, you better be a damn good movie. Let me tell you, you better be a damn good movie to get my time. 2 hours of my life and the cost of what could have potentially been a core class figure. You better be a darn good movie. You really should be. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Sarah then goes to say why we don't have or fish transformers. I'd expect a creature from the Black Lagoon crossover that never came. Yeah, we had that Black Lagoon one that never happened. You know what? That if that one there, that what was the Draculus? I have a mint in box over there. I never opened him because he looks so nice in the box. If that one sold very well, I'm pretty sure they would have done more. They would have done more. So I'm halfway there while rambling with you guys trying to figure this out. It's hard to like talk, think, and transform something at the same time without instructions. Um, but fish transformers, there's not a lot. Like I did an old video. People can look it up on my old proto retro channel. Bloodthirsty War Dolphin, which was a dolphin transformer that we never had one. So they did the bootleg Bloodthirsty War Dolphin. Very crazy transformer toy. Plenty of sharks and transformers. Not enough dolphins. Not enough. Where are we at here? Orlando Chavez. How you doing, Orlando? With Transmetal 2 Megatron coming, it's got me wondering, will we ever see another Tiger Hawk? Well, first they'd have to get that Tiger Hawk trademark back, which they don't have. That's the one thing. U.S. Patent Office does not have a Tiger Hawk in it. So that's the first thing. I probably need his chest piece, I would imagine. Yeah, I do. Hold on. I gotta snip that out also. There goes my water. But yeah, they would have to have the trademark back, and then they would have to do a Tiger Hawk figure, and that would be cool because the actual Tiger Hawk figure, unfortunately, is really expensive now in the secondary market. So it'd be nice for them to be able to get one. It'd be really nice. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I believe this went on the back. I'm literally going off of memory here. Going off of memory, so this probably folds down. Should pay attention to what you guys are saying. I'm sorry. Where are we at? Where are we at? Michael Koo in the MCU. Kamala Khan is the first mutant. Really? That's silly. See, and that's the problem is that you're taking away the history of so many of these characters that have existed for years, and you're kind of just like throwing it under the rug in the sense that like Namor is like the first mutant, technically, if you don't count Apocalypse. But, someone was telling me, I forget who it was. I was talking to one of my friends, and they were saying that part of the reason why they changed so much about Namor is because they actually technically don't have the license to the character. And that's why they did that. It had nothing to do with the fact that, they wanted to race swap or anything like that, or it was just that they don't have the rights to it. So that's one way to kind of have it, is to change things. And then you don't have to pay royalties to the estate, which is kind of dirty, but that's unfortunately just kind of how Disney works now, which is why I'm not a big fan of modern Disney and why I probably would never want to do business with them. I've never been a fan of Disney to begin with, even as a kid. I mean, Aladdin was probably the only Disney movie I really liked outside of, I don't know, Sword in the Stone was good, and Lion King was okay. Emperor's New Groove was good. I guess you could count the Toy Story movies, but those are more Pixar. But yeah. I hope we get a retool of Rekgar into GoBot Psykill. Honestly, if we got a Psykill, I would want an original mold that's more like it, but I think I think Bandai of America would give them trouble, unfortunately. So they wouldn't be able to do it proper. You know? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Let me get him his sword. Let me get the sword. I probably mistransformed it a little bit, but I'm literally going off of memory of what the character model is from the show and the original toy that I have. and no instructions and no pictures from the instructions to base it on. I got my tower of stuff over here. There we go. Let's see. Lord Soundwarp, do you think we will see as of Studio Series 86 Skids and Mudflap, or are they a fair bit too controversial? I do not think they are controversial. I have done a segment on it with fellow black man Jaws D talking about those characters and how the only people that seem to be offended by Skids and Mudflap are very liberal white folk that need to grow up and need to leave their Wisconsin basement where they've never met a black person before in their lives before they get offended by it. So they're not offensive. As someone that grew up in the hood in Canada, you know, surrounded by anyone but white people, there's people that talk like that. So just deal with it. It's a reality. If it's controversial, then it's controversial that black culture exists. You know, come on, man. Anyone who's ever felt that they're offensive is silly. Silly people. Silly people that need to grow up and go outside their front door once in a while instead of Tumblr. Aiden Tolbert with the $2 super chat. Are you ready for Earthspark this Friday? Yes, I am. I'm probably going to wake up early. Hopefully they air it right away in the Paramount Plus, and then I'll catch it, and then I'll do a review on Friday of my thoughts of the very first episode. But I am excited. It's been a while since we've had a new Transformer series. I like how he looks. Looks really good. His little shield there. Looks really nice. Michael Koo. Oh wait, hold on. Lord's Sound Warp. I love the OG Tigatron Hawk, not Tiger Hawk bit. Bit clunky but awesome. Those toys had to be made very quickly. Him and Megatron. They were both done by Mr. Aaron Archer, with the little cockpits, the whole Spark pilot story, and all that craziness. So Michael Koo with the $5 super chat. In IDW Shattered Glass 1 and 2 comics, all the Shattered Glass characters Hasbro approved designs, or is IDW making some of those designs? What was happening, and it's the same thing like the Wreckers book, which was kind of the parallel book with the Speedia 500 collection. The toys were developed very early on, a lead time of like a year and a half in advance, and then those designs are shown to IDW and then are peppered in the comic. So that's why, like, you'll see someone in the Wreckers book, like the Knockout design, and then Knockout got his toy in Legacy, and then it parallels those two designs. So yes, kind of. There might be some that are just there for fun. Oh, hey, we're going to repaint this mold and have fun. And then some of them are just like, hey, Hasbro showed us the toy and we're putting it in advance. So it could be considered some toy spoilers in there. But you got to look hard and look under the magnifying glass for Shattered Glass Wave 3 in the future of toys. We'll see. We will see. We will see. We will see. Where are we at here? Sarah says for Tigerhawk, I don't think they can rename like that. They don't have the boob force. Well, that's them playing it safe with the chest force and all of that. Yeah, I want a Botanica desperately. Piranha Plant Botanica. I keep saying that's one of the few characters that don't have a toy yet. There's very few Transformer characters, named Transformer characters, that don't have toys yet. And Botanica is part of that short list now. Nicholas Barr with the $2 super chat. Thoughts on how to do a Studio Series 86 Devastator? Just reissue the Titan class one and make everyone who missed out on it happy. I don't think you need to redo Titan class Devastator. I think that if you reissued it again, you would save on R&D, so you wouldn't have to spend money on development and design, and you could put out a product that people would be happy to buy again. I already have it. If they want to have fun, what they could do is maybe not release the original retail one. There was a different head sculpt that was used for San Diego Comic-Con with a chrome kind of finish they could do that version instead. So that way the people who bought it in retail like me could then buy the alternate one. And the people who didn't buy the retail one have access to at least one version of the character. So that's one way they could go about it. I don't think they should make something from scratch, though. That's too much of a headache, and it would probably be too small, you know? I think people would just like that. Lord Sound Warp, I'd love to see an update of them since they have pretty cool designs. Well, they're Beast Wars designs are always awesome. Unless you're referring to Skids and Mudflap. Their designs are kind of ugly, though. As much as I don't feel they're controversial, they are kind of weird looking designs. Let's see. Princeton Phalanx 59 Proto, what's for dinner? Do you want me to ship some Cullivers your way? Only if it could show up fresh. You know what? I used to always say to people, like, to get the best poutine experience, you have to be in Quebec because there's no way we could bring it to you and have it done properly. Aeronoth from the TFCon staff, we were like, well, if we separate the gravy and put it in a can and keep it fresh where it doesn't have like a skin that'll grow over it as it gets cold, and then separate the cheese curds and keep those fresh, and then we just bring the French fries frozen, and then, and which, by the way, real Quebec poutine doesn't have frozen French fries, and then deep fry it all in Toronto, then it could be made perfectly. But it's like, it's the same thing here. Something like Cullivers, I can't imagine it could be done properly. You need to have the authentic experience. When I went, I was in Chicago when I went, and it blew my mind how unhealthy it was, but how tasty it was. So, did I transform it right? Looks right, doesn't it? I don't have time to open up the instructions or a picture. I think I did it right. Looks good. Looks good. Thank you, Mikey and Wooey. Looks so nice. But it's going to be stuck in combiner mode when the time comes. Princeton Phalanx 59 laughs. Wait, I live in Wisconsin. Well, you're one of the cool ones, my friend. How about that? I want to go to the DairyCon in Wisconsin. Lord Sound Warp, I'd love to see an update to them. They're pretty cool designs. Prince of Phalanx 59 Proto, what's for... Okay, I already answered that. Lords, sorry, I'm just missing everything here because it's all bouncing around. Lord's Sound Warp wants to know, I just love the Ice Cream Truck Deluxe. Yeah, see that one, it's like when you think about Skids and Mudflap, right? They had tons of toys, but they had tons of toys across all these different price points of their traditional green and like brownish orange designs. And it's like, okay, they did, because I'm just looking at the toys right now. They did Human Alliance, they did Deluxe, they did Robot Replica, they did the Legend Scale. Like they did all these different price points, tons of repaints. Tuner Mudflap, anybody? But the Ice Cream Twins, they just did that one deluxe class that was like kind of two core classes together, and that was it. So they need, if anything, yeah, revisit the Ice Cream Twins again. Do that one because that was a cool design. I love that design. Love it. And hopefully it doesn't yellow because it has a lot of white on it. Horned Owl says it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Thank you, Horned Owl. I will take a hot rod toy any day of the week. This is another guy I'd love to army build. If I could get as many of these as possible. Don't send them. It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I'd like to get as many as possible because I only have the one. Imagine. I just have the one figure. Let's go to Sarah saying, I need a new Skids and Mudflap ice cream car. And I think that the Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron could be a remold into Tigerhawk. I don't know about that. I think that the next thing we're going to see from that will be a Beast Machines retool repaint. And if we're going to see just a straight up repaint, of course, Cryotech. Which would be cool if Cryotech came with Cryo, his bird. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty awesome. For sure with those. We got a super chat from T-Formers 2002. Thank you, T-Formers 2002, with the super chat. Speaking of characters we still need, MP Artemis figure was robbed from us. Yes, I agree. And we will never forgive Takara. And the new Moon figure would be great. See, Moon is lucky because Moon had the regular figure, the Lucky Draw white repaint, and Moon as a figure is ridiculously cheap in the secondary market. There's so many Beast Wars second Moon figures out there that you can get for ridiculously cheap,
no matter
where
the cost.
it would be so cool if they just included that Artemis. You know, like we're gonna be getting like all kinds of little Diaclone drivers with the Honda mold, and yet we didn't get Moon, who like was in every single episode of Beast Wars Second practically. Like that sucks. Prince of Phalanx says, I think Hasbro has peaked on their price hikes, or are they going to continue? Rumor has it there actually might be some more price hikes, but we do not know. We're gonna have to wait for Q4. That's what I always say. Wait for Q4, see how Hasbro does with their sales, and then that'll decide everything. I've always said, like, after Beast Machines, sales were so bad for Transformers that they had to really reevaluate their prices. And they were very honest with their prices going into Robots in Disguise. Some of the price points went down a little bit. So we'll see. You vote with your dollar, my friends. That's what I always say. You vote with your dollar. If you don't buy the product and it doesn't do well, then, well, they'll put down their prices. They will put down their prices. Joseph Ritter with the $5 super chat. How you doing, Joseph? How you doing, Joseph? Firstly, Wisconsin cheese is meh. Really? I love cheese, though. I'm a big cheese guy. My hometown is Tillamook. I guess that's in Wisconsin. Has the best cheese on earth. Oh, maybe it's not Wisconsin. Then fighting words. Nemesis when? The battle of the cheese. It's kind of like Montreal with New York. It's always the battle of who has the best bagel, and I think Montreal does. What? I'm saying it right now. Best bagel, best smoke meat. Poutine. Well, come on. We have the best poutine in the world, let alone just one city. So those are our three go-tos. Our smoke meat, our bagel, and our poutine. Anytime you come to Montreal, I'm taking you to all three. Taking you to all three. You're going to go for a Montreal bagel. That's literally what the brand is called, but all Montreal bagel places are good. But it's literally called Montreal Bagel. But you could go to a St. Valentier's bagel. Then we go to, what will we go to for poutine? There's so many great places. We'll go to DeCarry Hot Dogs for poutine. And for smoked meat, you have to go to Schwartz's. It's the best smoked meat in town. Celine Dion literally bought the Schwartz's restaurant because she loved it so much. It was so good. She bought it and she owns it now. But it's still amazing, even though Celine Dion's not amazing. What? I said it. I don't care. Who's Celine Dion? Lord's Sound Warp, in regards to the price hike, and Hasbro has just announced a 15% decline in profits from last year. Yep. Q3 and Q4. Well, Q3 is not looking good. Stocks are not looking good, but there's a lot of big pricey items going into Q4, and that Deathsaurus is going to be part of that. If Deathsaurus gets funded, full funded, you're talking like $3 to $4 million right away there in profits. Let alone all the other stuff that's going on behind the scenes, all the other things. Obviously, the Ghost Rider car kind of was a little bit of a hit to them, but that Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary box for $1,000, that's going to sell out. That's going to make them millions. They're going to do just fine. Also, the best pickles. Well, the pickles come with the smoked meat. You have to have the pickles with the smoked meat. And according to them, and I don't know, I don't agree, but according to them, a cherry cola, they say you have to have also. I don't know, I've had it with the cherry cola. I know I'm more of a cream soda guy. That's always been my go-to soda. I'm not a big soda guy in general, but if I have to drink a soda, it's going to be cream soda. Sarah says, I think one of the best Laserbeak reimaginations was the Cybertron boom mode. It could be a good crow for Cryotech, and we need more pig Transformers. If you want pig Transformers, go check out Angry Birds Transformer line. Plenty of pig Transformers there. And dogs, unfortunately, you have, and I actually had this discussion. You have K9 from Beast Wars, which is a German Shepherd, and then everything else is Rescue Bots. Rescue Bots has Dalmatians, German Shepherds, and what is Marmaduke and Scooby Doo? It's the Great Dane, which is kind of like a German Shepherd, but a much larger dog. Much larger. Great Danes are huge, yo. Huge dog. Beautiful. They don't live very long though, which is kind of sad. They usually live only 9 to 11 years. Such a shame. But they are awesome dogs. Oh, Dev says also greetings. There's someone from Quebec City. Very awesome. Quebec City. Although Montreal is the better city. Just saying. I'm just saying. We're cooler. Shots fired. I don't care. Montreal is one of the coolest cities on the planet. So much culture, so much awesomeness. It's got everything. It's got everything. It's got everything. That's why I love Montreal. I've been all over North America. I've been to all the big cities. I've been to some of the small cities, but all the big cities. And all of those cities have something that's cool about them, something that's appealing to them. But I love Montreal. If we could just get rid of those couple of months of crazy winter, it would be like perfect. Global warming will take care of that. Then we'll be the go-to. So buy your Montreal houses now while you still can. Horned Owl, need more owl transformers. Hey man, you got 2 awesome owl transformers and the off-brand transformer line. What was it called? The Aviators had a really cool owl transformer too. He was a red one. So you got 3 owl transformers right there. So I'm pretty sure there'll be more owl but mind you, not horned owls though. They weren't horned owls. Technically, the owls that were used for prowl were sculpted like horned owls, but they looked more like snowy owls. Could you tell that I studied owls in kindergarten and in grade school? Roman Schilling says there's also Snarl for which Snarl? Oh, well, no, Snarl's a wolf. Snarl's a wolf. All those wolf transformers I don't count as dogs. You know, unless there's a Snarl that I forgot. There's so many. That Snarl trademark was used across everything but a Dinobot. Sarah says, with the recent love of Transformers Cybertron, when can we expect new Cybertron Scourge Dragon to play with or Legacy Megatron? Well, here, I'll just turn the camera. There's the whole Cybertron display, and there's the Scourge you're referring to. I would love more Cybertron characters because Galaxy Force, which is what Cybertron was in Japan, is one of my favorite Transformer series. And I always say, watch that version. Don't watch Cybertron, watch Galaxy Force. It's a lot more serious and a lot more well done. And less censored too. There's a lot of censorship in Cybertron, which is disgusting. And it's just, there's so many great designs. Like, look, you could you could retool him, Hot Rod, turn him into Excellion Hotshot. You could, helicopter characters, Rhino characters with backstop. Man, they're so cool. I love the Cybertron. To me, was like the first rumblings of what would be classics in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously in Energon too, you had it a little bit, but man, like there was a lot of designs that like harkened like these old characters. I'd be down for that. Where we at? Princeton Phalanx 59. Proto, are you ready for winter? Get your shovel and boots ready. I already have. So in Canada, we have we pay snow companies to clean our driveways. When you have I have like a 4-car driveway, a huge one, and we pay like companies to put sticks that say, "Hey, come clean our driveway." So I already got that ready. Took care of that way early. Because when you're waking up in the morning to go to work, the last thing you need to do is deal with like tons of snow to get going. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Didn't change my winter tires yet though. The rule of thumb, and this is coming from a mechanic, always wait until it's like fall is really cold, because if you change your winter tires early, you absolutely destroy them on asphalt, because you'll change your winter tires and then you get like 2 or 3, like the term is called Indian summer. You got 2 or 3 Indian summers where like today was like mind you, I'm going to say it in Celsius. I apologize. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry. Today was like 31. And if I had my winter tires already changed, that would have destroyed the tires when I went to do groceries today. So, like, you have to keep your tires to the last possible second before you change them. My rule is change your winter tires, get a car wash after you change your winter tires so you get everything nice and clean, and then do rust proofing. That's my thing. I planned it all in one day. Do a car wash, then do the rust proofing, and then you're set for winter. And then you will have your car forever. Forever. As long as it's a good car. Toyota, Honda, can't go wrong. Even though I work on BMWs. Toyota, Honda, can't go wrong. Michael Koo says, must dash, Proto, thanks for another great live stream. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Michael Koo, for coming and hanging out with us. How much time we got left? We still got 40 minutes. That's going to be 20 minutes. We still got 20 minutes left. We still got 20 minutes left in the stream. Still got some left in the tank for the evening. I actually have 2 bottles of water here just in case. Got a backup one too. Galaxy Force is really good. Really, really good. This is awesome. This is awesome. And it's got the, I didn't take out everything out of the box. It's got the feet in there and the gun. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Should we open the other one? Should we open the other ones or we'll save them for another time? Very nondescript box. I know the bootlegs were like that for the longest time. They did bootlegs of them too. They had very nondescript boxes. Sarah says if they make a Haslab Studio Series 86 Megatron, could they get the Walter? No. So here's the first problem. There's a few things that are a big issue. Number one, it doesn't matter if it's Haslab or not. Look, if you can't have something that's sold that is a replica of a firearm. You just can't. And it's something where Japan could get away with it. They get away with it, but Haslab and Hasbro is a toy company. And for them to go, hey, everybody, remember the German gun, the Walter P38? Well, we're going to do a transformer of that. They don't, let alone the surface area of, yes, that's Megatron from Generation 1, 1984. From a business standpoint and investors and everything, and them going, think about them. They're going to go into San Diego Comic-Con and show off Walter P38 Megatron in gun mode when cosplayers at San Diego Comic-Con, if they have like guns with their cosplay, they have to get like a tag put around it and an orange tip. There's so much craziness that they would have to go through in order to achieve that. When they did a little legend scale gun Megatron and they had to put an orange tip on that, and even then they never did it again because then guns started to become that small. It's tough. It's really tough. I would love for them to figure some way out to do it, but the culture is just too dicey. Japan is able to do it because they have such strict gun laws that the chances of a child having a real gun or the chances of an adult having a real gun are so slim that you could walk around with a Walter P38 Megatron in Tokyo and everyone's going to be like, what's that guy doing with that replica? Because they know it wouldn't be real because the chances of getting a gun there are so limited. It is crazy the loopholes you have to go through to get a gun in Japan. Police officers in Japan don't have guns. They don't have guns. So it's tough. It's a very different culture there. So they could pull that off. The last time we saw a gun Megatron was the water gun that they made. They made a water gun Megatron. I talked about it on the podcast. And it didn't have to have any stuff on it. You know? Literally a licensed gun Megatron water gun. Lord's I hope we're in the right spot here. Sarah says make a third. No, you can't do. See, and that's the thing. You can't do a third unofficial mode because then it's going to be like a wink and nod, like, hey, it turns into a boat, and then it's going to get out there and it's going to be like and it's going to be on every headline of every like soccer mom, Hasbro secretly puts, gun design into Transformer toy. And again, we're not talking about a toy that came out again 40 years ago. They're not going to make a reference to that because as far as they're concerned, Megatron hasn't been a gun for 39 years. And most of those soccer moms that are complaining on Facebook and Twitter probably weren't even alive when 1984 existed, you know? So you can't. It's too risky from a business standpoint. Too risky. Lord Sound Warp. I love my Jeep Renegade. Looks like a modern Hound. You know what? So many people that had the Jeep Rubicon when Swindle and Hound came out for alternators. So many people put Decepticon and Autobot logos on that back in the early 2000s. Saw so many of those. You wanted to own a Transformer during that alternators era, so many real cars on the road that were actually Transformer toys. It was crazy. The Subarus, the Dodge Rams, the like more of the CRX, which was known as the Acura, not the CRX, the SRX, the Acura. Where are we at? I lost my place here. Prince of Phoenix 59. Where do you think they could redo Nightbeat and Ghost Shooter? I would love to see a new Nightbeat toy. I don't want Nightbeat to be a repaint of Minerva. I want a 100% more bulky. I want a Nightbeat that looks like his Marvel comic design, which was a giant mistake by the artists because Nightbeat and Marvel Comics had a very unique look that didn't match his original toy at all. And I want that Nightbeat. I want that Nightbeat. The wrong head, because Nightbeat had the goggles in the comic. That's because the wrong head sculpt was put on him. Like they mixed the headmaster heads. I believe he had Sirens' head when they did the design. That weird chest design that's nothing like how it looks in the toy. I want comic book Marvel accurate Nightbeat with green Matrix of Leadership. Just because I love the Matrix Quest stories by Simon Furman. That's my own selfish request. And Ghost Shooter, well, that's Sirens. Ghost Shooter, Sirens. You do the Ghost Shooter in white, you do the Sirens in gray. Both regions are happy. Lord Soundwarp says, I reckon they retool the Alita 1 mold for Niper. I hope not. I don't want that. That would be, I could see them doing it because they're lazy and it's an easy repaint, but I would want a new Nightbeat. Like, let me grab, where's Matrix Quest? Which one here? Oh, this is end of the road. I have all the single issues are upstairs in the comic book room. No, he probably wouldn't be here, unfortunately. Hold on, guys. One sec. What do we got here? Do we have a dark design? There we go. There we go. The hardcover. Matrix Quest with my boy Thundercracker. Let's see a nice. Let's see if we could find a nice shot of Nightbeat. Nice shot of Nightbeat. What are your thoughts on the Christmas Prime? I think it's a great product. I am so happy that they didn't put a specialty price on it. They just went with basic leader MSRP. I like that they're shipping it out before the holidays so you could get it and then fans could give it as a gift to your friends or family. So I like it. You know what? We never really had many Transformer Christmas product. We've always had like we had the Botbots Christmas thing and that was about it. We never really had anything like that where other companies have done like Christmas themed stuff and everything. God, I love that page. That's like such an iconic page, that one. So I would love more of that, but I mean the Optimus is awesome. I think it's really cool. I'm definitely going to want to get that. It's something you buy at once and then you have your Christmas Optimus for the rest of your life. There's no Nightbeat appearances in the Matrix Quest trade. I have to go more back, but I have to reach over. What we got here? New Order. Do I have Primal? There we go. Primal Scream, maybe. Primal Scream. This is where we get our Primus stuff. Primus. Micromasters. There's the other iconic. There he is. There's my boy. There we go. Matrix Quest. There's my there's my beautiful one. Let's see. Let's get a nice full body shot of Nightbeat. I love Nightbeat. Nightbeat's another one of those characters that needs more love. Unfortunately, doesn't get enough. Where are we at? What's your thoughts on Christmas Prime? Already answered. In Mexico, Coronation Starscream is selling for $35. That's actually very good. Should pick it up. So here's a little bit of how his chest looks. See, he has that like weird chest design that looks nothing like the toy. And again, he has the goggles. Like, give me that Nightbeat. Give me that Nightbeat. Give me that Nightbeat. And then we're going to leave on, where is it? Where's the Primus page? The most important page in Transformers. Look at that. Primus. Oh. Gee, looks like someone I love. I wonder who. Beautiful. These are, by the way, these were the, when were these reprints? When did they come out? When did these reprints come out? These are like the definitive ones, in my opinion, because they always like get rid of Spider-Man and stuff and all the Marvel related stuff. These reprints, if you could get these ones, I forget the name of the company, but these were the best ones. They did hardcover, and then they did softcover floppies too. Good stuff. I had to get the Thundercracker, the Thunderwing one hardcover. Do you think Hasbro would ever do a Haslab for real Pretender shells? I don't think they would do Pretender shells in Haslab. They did an interview with Takashi Kuniharu, and Kuniharu was constantly pitching Pretender shells to Takara people in the design team, and all of them are always like, ooh, that's going to be a tough one. So it's something where it's like, I always bring them up, and I always keep them nearby, but, you know, unfortunately, this is about as close as we're going to get for a while, you know? That's the sad truth. This is our Pretender shells for a long while, you know? So I would love, trust me, I love Pretenders. Master Force is one of my favorite series. What is Master Force completely populated with? Pretenders. So I would love it, but Takashi Kuniharu said it himself, you know? He's like, every time we pitch it, they're always like, how do we pull it off, you know, where it works in the budget and everyone will be satisfied, you know? It's a tough one. It really, really is. Lord Soundwarp, the definitive G1 collection that Hatchet and Simon Furman did, had all the Marvel comic characters in it, and they were worth the pickup just for the exclusive content. So if that's another good one, check that out. It's just a lot of the IDW reissue ones. Those ones are like, so much stuff is missing, unfortunately. And you need those Savage Land stories. You need those Spider-Man stories. Oh, we don't have the rights to Circuit Breaker, so we can't like do this. We can't like do that. You know? Or anything with Death Head. You know? All those UK stories that are really good. How could you not have those? Those are such good stories. Such good ones. We got 9 minutes left, people, in the live stream. We got 9 minutes left, and then we are going to be done for the evening. This is amazing. Thank you again, Mikey and Louie. Fantastic. Looks two down. You know, two down. It's got to get the other ones now. Going down that rabbit hole of the Seacons. But yeah, so again, this Friday we got Earthspark that's going to be coming up. Also, I believe this Friday is the pre-release for the Magic the Gathering Transformer cards through the Brothers War. So the pre-release is you have to go to your local game store, that sells and runs Magic tournaments. You could pick up the pre-release kits, but the actual booster boxes won't be available until the 22nd. So at least this week you could kind of also, there's that coming out. And also at the end of November is going to be all the Earthspark toys that'll be hitting retail. So November is going to be a awesome and busy month, to say the least. Sarah says, why is the love in Legacy for Cybertron Beast Wars and an IDW and no love for Prime and animated and reimagining they reimagine G1 forms? Well, let's put it this way. It's also they're trying to balance things. I for sure we're going to get something Transformers animated because when Derek Wyatt passed away, Hasbro really made an effort to kind of go like, "Hey guys, who's your favorite animated character?" Because every time we do those votes, you know, doesn't mean anything. We just want to know. So we'll probably see an animated figure within the next 12 months, some kind of prototype shown to us. Usually a lead time and design time of 6 to 8 months, and then they show the prototype. So we will see what happens with that. But there'll be more animated. As for Prime, well, they already did a they already did a Transformers Prime 10th anniversary. They released 2 separate 10th anniversary products. They did some Transformer Prime characters. They just have the G1. They have, I don't want to say G1. They have a unified aesthetic, which I don't know why they do that when some of the other characters have their own aesthetic, but I guess they just want to be creative. But yeah, where am I? Lord Sound Warp, 100 hard copy books full of Furman's works and complete works of the IDW was in a monthly subscription service. Oh, those ones. Yeah. I remember those. Like there's a ton of those. Yeah, I remember those. But then you also have to get the other IDW stuff too, which is like, who wants to pay a subscription service for, all hail Megatron stuff? you know, and some of that weird, like early ongoing Don Figueroa art design. And don't get me wrong, Don Figueroa is amazing, but those early books had very weird designs. Prince and Phalanx 59, Proto, whenever you have a chance, watch Star Wars Andor series. It is definitely a must watch. So far, it has been really good. If I have time, my friend, if I have time, like literally, this live stream ends. I'm gonna go grab. I probably didn't answer. I didn't get the answer properly. What am I eating? I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm making a salad, and I'm gonna probably have some fish tacos with it. I bought. There's these. You could buy Frank's Red Hot sauce fish tacos. Fish. So I'm gonna make fish tacos with a salad on the side, and then I'm gonna be playing some Nintendo Switch for the rest of the evening and relaxing. Every time I have some free time, I'm either doing the podcast or I'm trying to fit in some Nintendo Switch stuff. Some new anime came out this past couple of weeks, so I want to catch the new Urusei Yatsura. The first 4 episodes have been out, which is Lum for people that aren't familiar with. I want to see how that looks. It might be garbage, it might be great. I want to check it out because I watched the original back in high school. I love Rumiko Takahashi's creations. I'm a huge Rama 1/2 fan, so I want to see that. I've been so busy with so many different things. It's absolutely crazy. Like I'm just trying to fit everything in there. So I'm gonna make me some fish tacos. Probably gonna watch a couple episodes of anime, and then when those are done, going into the Proto Man master bedroom, turning on that Nintendo Switch and enjoying some Guardian Heroes, and maybe I'll see if I have some time also. I really want to start. I want to replay Transformers Battlegrounds, which was the Nintendo Switch title from Transformers Cyberverse. I got in like this Cyberverse mood, and I want to replay that game now. I'd like to. Would you guys like it if I like played it and streamed it? Would you guys dig that? I don't know if people would dig it. I was thinking of doing it, but then I'd have to bring the camera up to the bedroom because I have my huge big screen TV in my bedroom. And then like I could just have like I'll have the camera on the screen and then it'll just have my voice in the background and then I'd just be answering questions. I mean, that'd be cool. But I mean, would you guys want that? If you guys wouldn't be, I'm curious if you guys would like that kind of content. you know? Like, I don't know when I would do it. I'd probably do it during the day, like when I'd have like when the lighting's better in my bedroom, because obviously at night then I'd have like the fluorescent and stuff and it wouldn't look as nice. But that'd be pretty cool. I could set something up like that, and that'd be pretty awesome. So like, because I want to revisit that game. I haven't played it in a while, and I never beat it. I just kind of played it, got the breast of it, and then went, okay, maybe I'll. So I'm thinking like I'll delete my save file, start from scratch again, so that I refresh myself, and then play it through because I kind of got in a Cyberverse mood when I was recording the best of Hot Rod episode, which thanks to Fair Lady Z in the chat who suggested that the best of Hot Rod episode. I was obviously rewatching a lot of stuff to get the clips for it, and then rewatching like Cyberverse Hot Rod and going like, man, he was really good. Like Travis Arts, who voiced him, did a very good job. You know, but again, just playing with ideas for the future. I mean, that's why we got the new, some of the new setup here because, man, that'd be really cool. My bedroom is very boring. It's it's probably the most that and my living room are probably the two most boring rooms in the house. Even my bathrooms are cool because my bathrooms, like I have, like those rubber duckies that are based off of pop culture brands. I have a whole bunch of those. So like Tubbs is one of those brands. So I have like a whole bunch of cool pop culture related rubber duckies in my bathroom. My kitchen has like an awesome fridge. My fridge has like so many magnets from all kinds of different pop culture stuff, Power Rangers, Transformers, Marvel, DC, Lego. So like my fridge is cool. My living room is boring. My bedroom is boring. The only cool thing about my bedroom is I have a bookshelf with all the Magic the Gathering novels. And then I have a huge stack of comic books next to my bed because I always read comics once in a while when I have time. But even my bathroom has stacks of comics. But those are trash books more that I just get from Free Comic Book Day. Throw those in there so people have something to read when they're dropping the loose deuce. But yeah, we are more or less done for the night. Thank you again, Mikey and Louie, for the gifts in the mail. Thank you, the sponsors, Symbiote Studios, and of course, Anda Seats and Hasbro for sponsoring all our content and keeping the lights on. Thanks to all the green names, the YouTube members that support the podcast, and of course, our Patreon people. Again, patreon.com/protoman. Come join us on Patreon. Check out our Discord and everything that Patreon gets you. So, there's different perks for if you want to be the YouTube members, if you want to be Patreon members, there's different perks between them. You decide what works best for you. And there's just, it's just fun. Thank you for all the love and support. You guys are the guys. You guys keep the lights on for the pod, let me tell you. We're like it's awesome stuff. It's just awesome stuff and I'm always surprised how many people enjoy the content that I put out, we're the number one Transformer podcast in the world because of you guys, Like I can't deny, like the numbers don't lie and it's amazing how many people watch and enjoy our content. But thanks everyone for coming by. I hope you were entertained and informed by this face. And we'll see you again next week. Tomorrow's Sunday, day off for Proto Man. I'm going to relax. And then Monday we will be back to the Transformer world. Take care, guys. As I always say, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and don't worry about the stresses of the real world, all the negativity, all the drama, all the stupid social media stuff, all the crazy things. Let me tell you something. It's all bull. It's all fake. It's all a bunch of people that are too concerned with their own opinions and their own, I guess, identity, I guess is the best way to put it. Walk out that front door. That's the real world. And that's the people that you should care about your neighbors, your friends, your family, and everything like that. Not a bunch of idiots on Twitter. That's why I follow nobody on Twitter. Take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. And as always, roll out.